and breezy out here today, you all. Nice and breezy.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.
Good morning, everybody. Once again, it's the third. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you may be. It is Thursday, and that means it's time for my bestie, Loretha Simon. How you doing, girl?
Hello there, Angie B. It's such a pleasure to see you again on So What's the Problem?
I know, it's been a minute, right?
Yes, it has been a minute. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad. I'm glad to have you back. Glad to have you. So, all right. Tell me about your host today.
Oh, well, I have a lovely guest. Her name is Dr. Barbara Neely, and she is from the great state of Alabama.
Oh, good morning, Dr. Barbara.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. As you know, Alabama is the birthplace of the civil rights movement. Do you know anything about that, Dr. Barb?
I do. You know, I'm born and raised in Illinois, but I moved to Alabama several years ago. So now this is home.
Okay. And you obviously love it.
I do love it. I was digging my heels in when I lived in Texas because I didn't want to move, but Huntsville is a wonderful place.
Really?
It's really beautiful here. You know, we've got the mountains and it's really pretty here. So I do love it here. It's closer to family. So I'm excited about that.
Very nice. So tell my audience just a little bit about you, Dr. Barb, before we get involved in our conversation.
Okay. Just a little bit. I'm, as I said, born and raised from Illinois. I was a military spouse for 19 years. I have a 25-year-old son who lives here as well. And I became a best-selling author, which I'm so excited about. And I received my honorary doctorate this year. So there's a lot of exciting things going on this year.
I absolutely agree with you, Dr. Barb. As a matter of fact, I am still excited because I too am a best-selling author. As a matter of fact, we are co-authors of Joy Comes in the Morning.
How exciting is that? It's such a journey. I love it.
It is such a journey. Now tell me how you felt with finding joy in the journey, because I believe, was that your first
That was my
bestseller?
first. Yes, it was. I met Dr. Blackwell years ago, and I was actually on her show, her when
Oh,
she had her radio show. That's how I met her.
okay.
And I was trying to work on my own devotional, and I had no clue of where to start.
Right, right.
So, in talking to her, she said, "Well, why don't you come on and be a part of this? Finding joy in the journey. You'll learn the steps." And you'll get to collaborate with all these other amazing ladies. And so I did, and it was such, oh my goodness, I can't even explain. I put it into words
Uh-huh.
how amazing that book was for me, especially during the time that I was going through. So it was just a blessing for me to be a part of such a project.
And you know what? It was my second journey, but I tell you, Dr. Blackwell was just so forthcoming with providing us with everything that we needed,
Yeah.
Dr. Barbara. I mean,
Mhm.
if it had not been for the fact that she was just willing and able and
Yeah.
just eager to help us not only learn how the process works, but she actually is grooming us so that we can, like you said, start our own anthologies.
Right. Yes. And that's a huge plus because I mean, she is so giving. She gives, I mean, you won't find that in too many other places. I was a part of another
No,
anthology, and I mean, I'm just so thankful to be a part of this one because she does. She gives you so much
she really,
that you
really
can
does.
actually take and utilize, and she wants you to utilize it elsewhere.
She
So that's
does.
just such a grace.
She does. And I understand that you're about to embark on a very exciting journey to New York City. Tell me about that.
So we, a part of being a part of the anthology.
Uh-huh.
We actually last year it was exciting time. I didn't get to go when they were in Times Square
Uh-huh.
on the billboard last year. So
Oh,
they are going to be on the billboard for Finding Joy. Well, Joy Comes in the Morning, which is
right.
so exciting. I mean that's an opportunity that I never even imagined. I'm like, Times Square, that's huge.
That is huge.
It is
Dr.
huge.
Barbara, that is huge. As a matter of fact, one of my bucket list items is to go to either the Macy's Day Parade or to watch the ball drop, but
Yeah.
not to go and see a book cover. And I believe she's got the faces of the authors that are participating in this. So your face is going to be, oh my gosh, on
Oh,
the
on Times
billboard.
Square. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
It gives me chills because I thought that's huge. That's not something that you take lightly because it's like Times Square.
That is huge.
Hmm.
That is huge, Dr. Barbara Neely. And I think that's going to go a long way in just self promotion. I mean, because you have so much going on. First of all, in addition to you becoming a best selling author, you already own your own business. You're an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
start out by telling me the name of your business.
Okay. My business is Mama's Brown Sugar, and I actually started it. It'll be 8 years this year.
Okay.
That I went into business, and when I went into business, of course, I was not. I mean, I just love to give things, so I started it. Just making things for friends, and they were like, "Well, have you thought about like selling it?" And I thought, "No, I just want to give it away." And so I put a couple items here in Alabama in a couple stores, and I was amazed that they sold. And so I started out with 3 products.
Mhm.
Now I make everything from head to toe, things for pets, for babies.
Mhm.
So I love what I do. And of course, I've incorporated that into becoming an esthetician. So now it's a full service. So,
Yes. Now, for those of us that don't know, tell us what an esthetician is.
so an esthetician is somebody that basically helps you take care of your skin.
Okay.
When you come in, you might come in for hyperpigmentation. You might come in and want to get rid of wrinkles or other issues. So basically, I'm not a doctor, but an esthetician, is generalized. So she specializes in helping you treat your skin problems.
What
Mhm.
do you say? Hyper pigment? What? What is that?
Hyperpigmentation.
Please help us sister out. What?
So
Break
it, yes, ma'am. So hyperpigmentation, and that's why I kind of started my business with
Mhm.
products because when I moved to Alabama, I noticed, and we as women of color, We all suffer hyperpigmentation, just where you'll have uneven skin tone and blotchiness. And then, of course, the dark circles. And so that's what I do. So I can either treat it with products or I treat it with machines.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I never knew what hyperpigmentation was. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And so just to make sure my audience is clear, you are not, estheticians aren't doctors.
No, estheticians are not doctors. They go and spend a lot of time in Alabama. It's like one of the states that has to have 1,000 hours. That's a lot of hours. So we do spend a lot of time. There's a lot of things that we can do. We can do chemical peels. There's certain things that we can't do, like microneedling has to be done up underneath the doctor. We can only do a certain grade of chemical peels. But we pretty much can do almost, everything. Just some things, of course, as doctor, we're not doctors. So if a person comes in and they have a very severe skincare, problem, then we would refer them to a doctor because, we definitely can't treat some things,
But you could treat something like rosacea. I've heard of rosacea.
Yes. So we can treat rosacea, different forms of acne. Of course, if it's inflamed, then we definitely, would definitely want to refer them to the doctor to make sure they don't have something else going on there, because we can do some damage if we don't. If we try to treat certain things and then we put a machine on it, then it's like, no, that's not going to help it any. Might make it worse.
Okay, so Dr. Barber, I looked at your website and everything on there looks appealing. I mean, because you have a wide range of products, like you said, for men, women, and children.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how'd you come to develop all these products?
I have a very diverse group of clientele, and I've got some that suffer eczema and, come to me for that problem, which is usually a pretty complex problem. And, I got in my, as I call it, my lab, and created something for her. I have some that were hair loss. So of course I have a hair product that will help you grow your hair and also stop itching. One of the main things that I get people coming to me for is, what do you have for dark circles? You need something for the dark circles and the the puffiness or wrinkles or so forth. So that's where the vitamin C serum came in. So it treats. So that's kind of how I came. The vitamin C serum was for myself, but it actually is one of my best sellers. Because it helps, with anti-aging. It helps with dark circles, hyperpigmentation. So it kind of covers a lot of products.
And Dr. Barber, the difference between purchasing your product and purchasing something generic from a big market store is that your products are natural, and they're organic and they're pure.
Yes.
Right?
And that makes a huge difference. A lot of the products, I try to educate my clients or just people in general about the harmful ingredients that are on the market, not to knock any products, but it's like a lot of products, like for example, in Europe, there's over 1,300 ingredients that is not allowed in their products that we allow here. And so, a lot of the products and things that we allow cause cancer, many things that we could treat if we just remove these products. And so there's no reason why we should have plastic and things like that in our
absolutely not.
So try to educate people on that, and try to steer them to a more natural product that's going to help their bodies heal and detox, because that's the way we need to be living.
That is exactly right. Now, one of the natural products that I'm fascinated with is aluminum-free deodorant.
Yes.
I mean, why would aluminum be? I don't get that, Dr. Barber. Come on now. Tell me what?
And the problem with that is, like, deodorants have 7 toxins in them. And the problem with that is, especially for women, is, we have a lymph node right in our armpit area.
Right under there.
Of course, all those toxins are going right there, and that's closest to our breasts, which could cause cancer. And so it's important that we eliminate, those ingredients if we can. And, a lot of times people, they're like, oh my goodness, I can't. When you start to switch over to a natural product, your body's going to react because your body's detoxing. So
Right.
it may go through a phase where, you're like jungle fever, the smelliness, and because it's like your body's reading, but once your body balances out, then it's going to
Mhm.
be better for you.
Okay. And that product is available on your website. Go ahead, Angie B.
I wish y'all wouldn't be talking about my body odor behind my back.
Uh-oh, we didn't even know.
I tell you, ladies, I'm enjoying the conversation, and now we want to, kind of talk briefly about some of the folks that promote our show.
Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Barb will be back with you in just a minute.
All righty.
Lisa, I know you love this one.
This is an emergency. Emergency transportation costs can be more devastating than the accident. Join AMBA for a free seminar on how to secure emergency air and ground transportation coverage and protect yourself and loved ones from unexpectedly high costs. A MASA Emergency Transportation Seminar is coming up soon. Medical Air Services Association Incorporated, MASA, has safeguarded futures since 1974, with over 2 million members. MASA benefits include ground ambulance, helicopter ambulance, fixed wing air ambulance, and many more. There is a free seminar coming up soon. Contact your MASA representative, Debbie Scarborough, at 229-392-6983. That's 229-392-6983. Or send an email to debbie.scarborough@amba.info. A member of the Georgia Retired Educators Association. Protect yourself and loved ones from unexpectedly high costs. Medical Air Services Association, Incorporated.
Yes, I tell you, it is exciting to hear about Debbie Scarborough because Debbie will be with us this weekend in Daytona Beach, Florida, at the Volusia County Public Library, Daytona Beach, in the meeting room. She's joining Loretha, Simon, and I at our pop-up shop. Admission is free. There'll be authors, networking, entrepreneurs, and shopping. Debbie will be here as a benefits representative, associate member. So bring your current insurance policies and she'll be very happy to compare what you have with what she can offer. We're also excited to announce that this weekend we've got Kiana Griffin coming. She's an independent Teva distributor. She's got products that do not contain THC, and she's local here in Daytona Beach. So we are excited about that. And we want you to mark your calendars. I know it's not that far off, but on August 1st, several of us will be gathering virtually for a live panel discussion. It takes place Monday, August 1st at 7 p.m. The visionary for this chat is Tam McRoy. She is an entrepreneur and the legislative liaison for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. We've got a plethora of people that will be sharing their information. And if you would like to learn about the viewing options, send an email to boldbeautifulandbald@gmail.com. That's boldbeautifulandbald@gmail.com. All right, so it's time for Loretha to come back, and I'm looking forward to the rest of your conversation with Dr. Barb Neely. Thanks, Loretha.
Thank you, Angie B. Hi, Dr. Barbara Neely.
Hi.
Hi. Let's go ahead and discuss the fact that you are an ambassador for the Black Family Magazine. And from what I
Yeah.
understand about the Black Family Magazine is it's a brand new magazine. The founder and the editor is Dr. Monica Reed.
That's
And
correct.
it is just a beautiful magazine, Dr. Barb. I have watched the launch video of the ambassadors. Oh my goodness, I was so impressed.
It's so exciting. Dr. Monica Reed, actually, as I say, my doctor's sister, we both received our honorary doctorate together.
Oh,
Um, and so I met her, and this was when she posed the information about it, I was on board because it's so important to break the cycles in our families, and in our
yes,
community. And so I was, I've already been like on a journey to break some cycles in my own family.
right. I
Um,
understand.
and so I thought, this is just so exciting because it starts with us,
Right.
to break these cycles. And so I thought, I am just definitely on board with this. So there's so many exciting things happening that's coming up with this magazine. And I mean, it's only the start. I mean, like I said, she only started this magazine in February. So
Yes.
that is just so exciting, and the reach that it's going to have. I mean,
It
1.3
is just,
million, like that's a lot.
it's amazing. It's amazing, Dr. Barb. And what I noticed when I was taking a look at it earlier this week is they have a Women's Mental Health Month.
Yes.
And during that month, which was in May, they discussed powerful strength of a woman stressed by overcomers. Stories, I'm sorry, stories by overcomers, believing in having faith, and infertility.
Yes.
And then in another issue, they discussed break generational cycles, heal generational hurt,
Yes.
um, and then they spoke about building generational wealth. We
Yes.
don't often see stories that are relating to us,
Right.
Dr. Barbara.
We really don't. And that's why I think this is so important because, building generational wealth is
Mhm.
huge. That's one of the areas we don't talk about a lot. A lot of things that we don't really want to deal with
Yeah.
in our families and communities, because it's painful. But in order to heal,
Mhm.
And the next generation be stronger and not repeat the same cycles, we have to talk
Exactly.
about the things that we don't want to talk about.
We do. We absolutely do. And one of the generational hurts that we've tried to heal in my family is unwed pregnancies.
Yes.
And that is a huge
Hmm.
issue when you are not necessarily, it's not that you aren't taught about it, it's just that I don't know, we just sort of lose control at certain times in our lives, and then we have to deal with the consequences.
That's true. And it's just to repeat it. What I've found in my own family is
Mhm.
that, things that that you need to break when it's repeated.
Right.
Like you see the same cycles of
Over and
trauma, of
over.
hurt, or drug addictions. And in the
Yes.
family, it's addictions of all sorts, whether it's alcohol or just and I'm seeing, that those cycles are being broken, but
Yes.
it has to stop. But there's still a lot of work to be done.
There is a lot of work to be done. And when it comes to mental health, I remember when we questioned my grandmother
Hmm.
because we were suspicious that there were some mental health issues in the family. And of course, during that generation, Dr. Barbara, they just didn't talk about
Didn't.
issues.
No, they really
They
didn't.
didn't
It was
talk
like a
about it.
shame.
Right.
Mhm, mhm.
And so we were unable to find out that we have a history of mental health in our family. And it was
Yeah.
not until my brother was seriously affected by it that we
Mhm.
that we had to come to grips with it.
Right. And I think it's the same in my family as well. But like you said, it was just one of those things you didn't talk about back then. You
No,
just kind
we
of pushed it in the closet and.
That's
Maybe
exactly
watch
right.
it in the room and not deal with it.
We just did not deal with it. But I tell you, the Black Family Magazine is amazing. They have launched it, first of all, in several states.
Yes, they have launched it. They launched in New Jersey, and then last weekend it was in Atlanta. And as I mentioned, their goal is to launch in every single city they're going to
Hmm.
be coming to, and that where the ambassadors come in. The
Hmm.
ambassadors will be, of course, out in the communities, getting the
Right.
stories for the magazine as well. So,
Oh,
there's plenty to be told. So. Um,
yes.
anybody's welcome to add to the magazine, and each one of the ambassadors will launch their own magazine this year, and in each edition of those they will be talking about, like, I'll be addressing military spouses because I was a military
Really?
spouse for years, so we'll
Uh-huh.
be addressing that. Somebody else will be addressing disabilities.
Okay.
Another person will be addressing cancer, and
Oh,
so each edition will be different based on the ambassador and what they're going to bring to the magazine.
oh my gosh, Dr. Barbara, what a wonderful opportunity that is.
It's a very amazing opportunity, and then of course we of course we'll have stories to fill it up, and then
Of
allow others
course.
to advertise in it as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's a very attractive magazine. But what I'm excited about, because I know you, is the fact that it's just created a whole different platform for you because you're an esthetician. You
Yeah.
have your own business, Mama's Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
Um, you're a best-selling author,
Hmm.
and all of that requires networking.
It really does.
Oh my gosh,
So
Dr.
all of that is this year is so exciting, and then on top of that, I don't know if you know or not, I have a
Barbara.
TV show. Um,
Oh,
so I have a TV show. It's
uh-huh.
Rethink Network, which
Okay.
is on Roku, also Fire TV.
Uh-huh.
Every Tuesday, the show airs, and it's called Reignite with Dr. Barb. So that
Ooh.
is another platform, and what that platform basically is about. It's a Christian platform,
Uh-huh.
and what they talk about is they address things that mainly is not addressed in the church. And
Oh my.
so it's our show to kind of so we can, my vein of course is skincare, but I do talk about other things on there as well.
Oh,
um,
really?
we have people, we've got cooking shows on there, we have
Uh-huh.
all kind of shows on there, so it's a very
Awesome.
lucrative, very nice platform as well.
All right. Well, we're going to have to discuss that, Dr. Barb, because I may be able to be a guest on your show one day.
Yes, you
Imagine that.
can. Yes, you absolutely can.
I
I
have
need to have
been,
you on my show.
oh, I have been giving my testimony since the first of the year, and I have just been invited to a much larger platform. It's a healing conference. It's going to be held here in Tampa, Florida. That was the first commercial that you saw. And
Awesome.
so I'm just so excited about it because I'm going to be able to give my testimony, and my testimony concerns sex and the
Mhm.
fact that I was raped as a preteen.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so that's the premise to my testimony in Fired Up.
Wow.
And what's amazing about it, Dr. Barb, is that for 40 years I did not talk about it. I never mentioned it. I never told anyone until I got delivered, until I
Yes, it's
found
time.
Jesus. I just couldn't talk about it.
Hmm.
And now it falls out of my mouth just like
It's time, and somebody needs to hear that. Somebody needs that testimony. That's what's so
absolutely.
exciting. I think I wrote that down. That conference I was trying to write down before you all.
Oh, I'll
That
send
is
it to you.
so exciting.
I'll send it to you. So Dr. Barb, tell me a little bit about your show. You say it comes on Tuesdays.
Comes on Tuesdays and it airs 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So it's on
Uh-huh.
and then if you can't find, like, some people don't have Roku or Fire
Oh,
TVs.
I have it. I got it.
So if you have it, you have to have the remote actually to access it.
Uh-huh.
But if you don't, you can actually catch it on demand. All the episodes on
Oh,
demand, so a lot of people can go back and watch everything.
okay.
The shows are now on there, the repeats and so forth. So
Uh-huh.
so that's so exciting. So I'm like, that's another. I mean, God is just doing some amazing things this year. the doors are flying open, and I'm like,
Yes.
wait, I'm not ready. And it's like, he's giving you everything that you need. And when it's time,
Yes.
when
Yes.
you ask him and pray, you have to be ready. And so
You do. It's called increased capacity.
it is.
Absolutely.
It is. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. So, Dr. Barb, had you ever been a host or interviewed, before?
I had not. And but the funny thing is that before, like, I left home when I was in college. I
Hmm.
was in college because I loved everything about. Used to be a part of the news paper staff in high school,
Hmm.
and then I was in school for journalism. So I
Oh,
really enjoyed that, and then I got away from that, and of course,
uh-huh.
my field was in banking for finance, for years,
Okay.
and it's like I came right back to what I used to be so passionate and love.
Isn't that something?
So, two of the things that, of course, I really love was skincare and, of course, just journalism, anything with, stories. And that just kind of fascinate me, the who, what, when, why, where. So it's funny how life will bring you back to those things. But sometimes, we get into
Uh-huh.
things that, God a lot of times will align what you think that you're supposed to be doing. He'll take you all
Absolutely.
around like, nope, this is what you're supposed to, this is where I want you.
That's right. And that's because he knows the plans he has
He
for us.
knows.
We're just not sure of what that plan is. But yes, you're right.
Exactly.
He will certainly redirect you right back around to this is the plan I had for you.
It's true. And sometimes that's painful, but it's like it all works out for our good.
It all works out for our good. Oh my gosh, Dr. Barb, this is just so fascinating. Okay, let's talk about the fact that you do have a doctorate degree.
Yes, I do have a doctorate degree. And I'm so excited when the opportunity presented itself. I
Ah,
thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing. This doesn't happen. And, it was, I think out of 90 people, 5 of us was selected. So it
wow.
was a very, just, the process,
Humbling, humbling
it was
experience.
very humbling
Yeah,
because
really.
I thought, my goodness, and I can remember I
Oh,
would just stand in my kitchen with my little
oh,
doctor's jacket on, basically,
oh,
and do my little videos for esthetician. And
right,
I was just, kind of how sometimes, they say, write the vision, make it plain. And so I would just be
right.
in my kitchen, not even knowing, and I would just be talking about skincare. I was not an
Oh,
esthetician at that time, nor did I have a doctorate.
uh-huh,
And, when you walk in faith,
uh-huh.
now it's like, who knew? I didn't even know any of this was going to happen
Wow.
in the beginning of the year, because in April of this year, I had like my 1 year divorce was
Oh,
final. So it
right.
was like all of a sudden the doors just flew open. And I thought the doctorate degree and now a TV show,
How about
magazines.
that?
I thought, oh my goodness.
Yes, yes. Oh, and you deserve every bit of it, Dr. Barbara Neely.
I just, I'm so thankful and to God, that
Yes.
all of this just really humbled. It really humbled me. And I'm just, so grateful for the opportunities and the opportunity to go on
Mm,
to for others. It's like
yes.
whatever God's doing in me. It's not for me. It's because there's others waiting and tied to that.
Oh,
If I
absolutely.
just sit on the
Absolutely.
sidelines holding on to it, that's going to do nobody any good.
Absolutely. It's your responsibility to spread the gospel
Yes,
and to try to help someone else.
yes, that's why we're here.
That's exactly right. That's our purpose in life. Dr. Neely, I am so impressed and I am just so grateful because of the goodness and mercies of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Oh
Yes.
my God, where would we be?
I don't, I can't even imagine where we'd be. And I'm like, I don't even, I'm like, I'm so thankful that he just didn't abandon, I'm like, when you think about how man or woman or wherever, people will abandon, we're human, we're in
Yes,
the flesh, but you can just be thankful that God didn't, he didn't leave us, he didn't abandon us, and
yes,
he has a plan. We're
yes.
here because he has a plan. Our work's not
He
finished.
has a plan, and I'm not sure if his plan initially was to graft in Gentiles, but I'm telling you, Dr. Barb, I am just so grateful that God did allow, um,
Yes.
Gentiles, not just Jews, but now
Yes.
also Gentiles, and He does absolutely love us
He does love us. I mean, goodness, he really does. And every day, we can be thankful for that. It's just
every day.
every day.
Every day. Now, tell me, you're obviously into fitness.
Yes, I have always like worked out. and I get up. Even when my son was younger, I would get up,
Oh,
early mornings, and I go to the gym every single day, except for
wow.
Saturdays and Sundays. I give myself a
Really?
break, but I get up every day. I usually wake up, like I said, between 3 and 3:30 because I want to
Uh-huh.
have my devotional time before I set out,
Uh-huh.
and then I go to the gym. I'm at the gym when they open at 5.
Oh
I
my.
usually leave there at 7:30, and then I'm home. So
Oh, well,
yeah.
I tell you, can you believe that, Angie B? Dr. Barb is up. She does her devotional. She is structured. And then she goes to the gym 5 days a week. That's where she was this morning.
I was there this morning.
I love it. Now, Dr. Barb, is there a significance to the 5 a.m. time for you? Either a spiritual significance or just a work ethic? Because
Oh,
I've been hearing
You
that
know, it is.
about the
It
5
is.
club. Yeah.
I love it. I was telling my friend the other day, I said, I don't know what it is. She's like, why are you up so early? When I told her, I said, it used to be that I would wake up at
uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
Then it got to be 4. Then it got to be 3.
uh-huh.
And I know people say sometimes when you get older, it gets earlier and earlier. And I can remember my great grandmother waking up so early. So
Right.
now it's like I wake up early so I could, have the time. Because for me, it's important to have time with God.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Because if I don't take that time, then I know my day just gets all out of whack.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
usually like to start my day that way and then go to the gym. And then that's my other therapy. So then I can go from there.
All right, that 5 a.m. club, I tell you. Okay, Dr. Barb, we'll be back with you in just a minute. Get your pen
Okay.
Right back.
because I'm gonna run that commercial for the conference again.
Okay.
So get ready for that. But
Be
right now,
ready.
we need to talk about today's dental tip.
Oh.
Tell you, today's dental tip is provided by Dr. Quarterman,
Mhm.
DNB, and Family Dentistry of Daytona Beach, Florida. You may
Yeah.
contact them at 386-255-0238
Mhm.
or stop by the office at 244 North Frederick Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida. Okay,
Yes.
Aretha, what is today's dental tip?
Today's dental tip is concerning flossing. Flossing fights bad breath.
Mm,
Dr. Quarterman says without flossing, food and plaque will get trapped between your teeth,
mm,
which can cause bad breath odors.
mm.
But if you floss after each meal, then you will have a healthy mouth and you will not have bad breath.
Okay.
So just remember to floss after each meal and to visit your dentist regularly. And your dentist is Family Dentistry of Daytona Beach, LLC, Dr. Robin Quarterman.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Makes me want to go get my floss just to be sure. Just to be sure. I know. I know. I know. Loretha, I want to give a very special shout out to Divine Doves Design, our graphic designer, Sonia Niles. You can see her images on the screen that she has created. She
Mhm.
also created the lovely logo for Volusia Business Women. Why?
Right.
Because we are stronger together. Stronger together. Contact Sonia for your graphic design needs at 386 690 2918. That's
Mhm.
690 2918. I'm thrilled about that. I really am. I'm also excited that Loretha will be joining me for a very special book signing. It
Yay.
took place in St. Augustine, Florida at Applebee's. We'll be there with Pastor Mary Hope, and she'll be sharing audiobook versions of her books, The Day the Devil Came to Church and Breast Cancer, My Challenge, My Victory. So we'll be talking about books and we'll also be participating in a very special audiobook listening service. If you've never experienced an audiobook listening service, you're truly missing out. It is a one of a kind experience. It includes prayer, testimony, and it's just a special time of gathering and listening. Be still and know that He is God, and those that have ears to hear, let them hear. So, seating at the Applebee's is limited to 20 guests, and I think we already got 5 scheduled. So, if you want to join us, just call or send a text message to the number at the screen, and we will reserve your space. Admission, of course, is free, but we're asking everyone to order something off the menu. So, thank you again to Pastor Mary for including us. Now, Loretha and I are on the East Coast, but we do have a brand new TV show partner that's coming out of the West Coast. The name of that show is Contessa's Court. It debuts on the first Friday of August, the first Friday of August. It will air at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Contessa's Court has advertising information available for you. Just send an email to contessacourt@gmail.com. AGMRT Productions has been really excited to produce these shows with Wanda. She's such a laid back type of host that really invites you into her setting. And so I'm excited about that. Also excited about Loretha's audiobooks. I tell you, we have a listening party with Loretha's audiobooks. We go from one spectrum to the other. First, we go hear a little bit about sexual immorality, my confusion. That's an audiobook that Loretha wrote and it was produced. Then Loretha went to the single saved struggle. That came out of a 2021 audiobook series, inspirational testimonies from singles that are living their lives for Christ. That's Loretha. Then the latest audio book that Loretha is included in is an anthology inspired by the Dads on Duty workshop. It's called Fatherhood, My Thoughts and Feelings About the Man. And Loretha shared a very intimate and loving story about her father. I thought I was a daddy's girl, but you got to hear Loretha's story. So I truly am excited about working with Loretha. You could tell she's our social butterfly. We got Lolo's social media promotion. She is definitely blowing up your book, ministry, event, or business with content and comments. You can send an email to larethapromotes@gmail.com. She offers affordable rates, payment plans, and some of her satisfied clients include Angie B. and Barty Productions, Dr. Quarterman of Family Dentistry, and also management and consultative favor, Tam McRoy. Remember, Tam is doing her August is Hair Loss live panel discussion on August 1st. And we are just absolutely thrilled to be working with Loretha. I know Loretha is also a trauma and survivor coach. Her story is featured in Fired Up. And Loretha and Dr. Barb were talking about Dr. Vanessa Blackwell. Well, Loretha, here you go, girl. Your joy comes in the morning, girl. Look at you blowing up. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. It has been a pleasure to watch you as a rosebud just open up. It's been a thrill.
All glory to God.
Yep.
Thank you, Jesus. I tell you, it's just, He will certainly, if you honor Him, He will certainly give you the desires of your heart.
Enlarge your territory every time. All right, Dr. Barb, hope you got your pen handy. I'm about to run this commercial. Loretha's gonna be there. Oh man, I gotta get a ticket so I can be there too. Barb, I'll come get you. We'll go together, okay?
Yes, all kinds of exciting things coming up. My goodness, look at
Oh,
you. When she ran all that, I thought, oh my goodness, there's just so much. I definitely need to have you on my show.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Barb. And let me reiterate to my audience that Dr. Barbara Neely, is the CEO and founder of Mama's Brown Sugar. And Mama's Brown Sugar is a company that makes handcrafted bath and body products for adults and kids. All of her products are customized to your liking.
Mhm.
They're made fresh upon ordering. They are just not sitting under some heat lamp. And they're made with natural, organic, and pure products. It's called Mama's Brown Sugar. And her tagline is all things healthy start at the root.
Yes, yes, I believe in that. Yes, ma'am. And that's it. All things natural
All
definitely start at the root. This is what
all
we
things start at the root.
Mhm.
So, Dr. Barbara, I wanted to ask you, one of your other sayings is women rule the world. And
Yes.
I understand that you're looking to start a nonprofit organization for women. So tell us a little bit about your dream.
God gave me a vision a couple years ago, and the vision, pumps to pavement came to mind. Because when you think about pavement, and usually the whole boots on the ground,
Uh-huh.
as women, pumps the pavement. So we, have so much work to do, and I, you know, want to inspire, and start with younger girls to
Right.
start this 12-month, program that
Hmm.
would start with building their self-esteem all the way through helping them find their purpose. And the
Hmm.
same thing with women, to
Hmm.
really, start to work with them, encourage them,
Hmm.
work through some things that they may be dealing with, because there's just such a need. And I feel like the earlier you start,
Yes,
we can build up healthy, healthier, happier women.
absolutely. Oh my gosh. And that is so necessary, Dr. Barb, and of course, um, because of what I went through, I tell you, my self-esteem took a big hit.
Yes.
And when you don't feel confident in who you are as a person, you will believe anything.
Oh yeah, been there, dealt. So that was like, I guess, why God put it on my heart, because I just too,
Uh-huh.
throughout self-esteem, low self-esteem, and just really
Yeah,
constantly needing that reminder.
constantly needing that reminder and that support. And that's another thing that I'm so impressed about on the Black Family magazine.
Hmm.
I read that they're really working on reaching the different generations.
Yes.
Um, as a matter of fact, one of the things that they did, Dr. Barb, was they went to a concert. Let me see. It was for let's see, what's her name? Oh, I don't know where I wrote my note, but they went to a concert and they gave out copies of their magazines. It was Mary J. Blige.
Yes.
Mary J. Blige had a concert and it was
Hmm.
called Strength of a Woman.
Right.
And they actually went to the concert and passed out magazines just to
Yeah.
promote it and to help the people that were in attendance see that the magazine is really about us.
Yes. And that, that is the footwork of the ambassadors, to be, in these places, out in the communities,
Uh-huh.
letting them know that this is what, we offer. This is, we're here to help. And they also were in Macon, Georgia,
Uh-huh.
like several weeks ago, and Magic Johnson actually spoke at that event. So
Really?
they were there, and he was on the platform there, and it was the Black Family magazine. So they're getting out into this community and doing, some amazing things.
They really are, and they are making an impact, and that's so important. As a matter of fact, I was so impressed. They were also in Stonecrest, Georgia. And for those of you who don't know Stonecrest, Georgia, that's the home of the new Black Wall Street market.
Yes, it is amazing. Oh my
That's what
goodness.
I heard.
It is, so I'm like, I have to go back. And what was really how things,
Uh,
strategic, like how God would line things up that particular day.
uh,
The owner, the visionary of the Black Wall Street, was actually in the building.
no.
And he was not supposed to be there that day. He said he had no plans of being there that day. And
Wow.
so he came over as we were setting up, and, kind of asked what we were doing. And myself nor the other person who was setting up did not know who this gentleman was, but we had spoken to him.
Uh-huh.
And later on, he came in. He was like, "Well, let me go get my jacket." And he came in and he spoke. And I thought, two visionaries in one place. It was
Wow.
just so, just amazing.
Oh, isn't that what doesn't that make you feel warm and fuzzy? And
It
what I
does.
found out their goal is the goal of the new Black Wall Street Market in Stonecrest, Georgia, is to increase the size and number of minority and women-owned businesses.
Yes. I mean, oh my goodness, if you're there, you have to go
Oh,
in there. It is just, I mean, there's everything in there from tea shops to
uh-huh,
doctors' offices to
uh-huh.
lots and lots of business art. It is fabulous.
And restaurants.
And restaurants. Oh my goodness. I was like afterwards, where can we get some food? And I mean, there's some good food in there too. It's amazing.
Oh, wow. Dr. Barbara Neely, I am so thankful that you were available to come on
Thank
my show
you for
today.
having me. I'm so honored to be here.
You are one busy bee. I mean, your basket is full and you're trying to put more in it.
Yes, yes. It's like I feel like, okay, God show me the doors I'm supposed to walk in and the doors I'm supposed to not, just put on hold. Because sometimes you can get so much that you're doing, but I want to be, obedient in this
Uh-huh.
season in the
That
things that
is
he's telling
great.
me to do. And, if he's opening up the doors, then
Yes,
it's like, you got to get your foot off the brake and get ready to go.
yes, you do have to do that. Now, before we run out of time, Dr. Barbara, go ahead and tell the audience where you can be reached.
I can be reached. You can reach me on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
Mama's Brown Sugar, of course, Barb Neely. I can also be reached on Instagram under the same tag. I'm
Mhm.
on Clubhouse. I don't know, a lot of people are not familiar with Clubhouse, but I'm also on Clubhouse.
Okay.
And you can reach me every Tuesday on Rethink TV as well. And that can be on Roku or Fire TV.
Okay, now tell me quickly, what do you do on Clubhouse? I've heard of Clubhouse.
So Clubhouse is it's got all these rooms, and it's an amazing platform
Uh-huh.
where you can talk about everything. Like when Angie B was talking about hair loss month is
Uh-huh.
coming up. They have rooms. They talk about everything, and then they have guests on the platform.
Uh-huh.
So it's we can talk about skincare, and you just kind of can jump from room to room, listening in. You can
Okay.
be a guest. I've been guest, in some of the rooms, or
Okay.
you can just sit in the audience and you're not on camera. It's just all
Uh-huh.
audio.
Oh, it's all audio.
It's all audio. And they've actually added some amazing features to it
Uh-huh.
since I started. It used to be only open for people that had iPhones. Now they've opened it up
Oh,
to everybody. So it is
thank
like,
God, because I have an Android. Thank you.
yes, yes. And so if you're not on it, I would say, it's definitely a platform to be on.
Oh, that is outstanding. Now, I've been on your website and you have an option on there that's called Fill the Can.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us what that is, Dr. Barbara.
So fill the can is a lot of times people want to try a variety of products. They don't know where to start. And so fill the can is kind of like you can, fill your can up with many, variety of products that you can use, whether it's
Okay.
serums, soaps, and different things.
Oh, okay. Well, I love soap and I love lipstick too. Now I do. Now I understand that we have National Lipstick Day coming up.
It
So
is coming up.
give us a plug for that, Dr. Barbara.
Oh my goodness. It's like
Yeah.
absolutely love lipstick. And I've gotten into the bold colors now. I used to be just kind of like, the neutral, but now I'm like, lipstick's supposed to be fun and bold and bright. And so I got into designing my own lipsticks
Uh,
because I wanted something natural or whatever. And oh
okay.
my goodness. So I realized it's coming up and I thought, oh my goodness, I need to reach out to all these amazing women that I see with all these beautiful colors, on. So that's going to be on the 29th.
Wow. Imagine that, Angie, a National Lipstick Day.
That's
Yes.
the July, right? Okay.
It's July
Yes. July
29th.
29th.
So what do we do?
On that day, you just come on with your beautiful face and show the lipstick colors. I think on my page, I put a little, and I'm going to put it again, where you kind of post your pictures under there.
Yeah,
So we
she's
can see
asking for
all the
selfies.
array of beautiful colors.
Uh-huh. So she wants multiple selfies of you wearing your lipstick.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
I think
Because
we can
there's so
handle
many colors out there. Goodness, yes.
I think we can handle that. You're
Yes.
right. That is a lot of fun. Dr. Burp, we had someone who asked a question about
Uh-huh.
skincare. Uh,
Okay.
you said something about eczema. Could you
Yes.
go into more explanation about what you offer and what your recommendations are?
Okay. So eczema, of course, they already know what eczema is, but a lot of times it has to do with diet or so forth. But I offer, vegan friendly natural products that actually work with, the form of eczema, the
Mhm.
acne. And so usually it's different kinds of oils. So I pretty much, based
Mhm.
on the client, because every client's different,
Mhm.
I hand construct the product myself for them. I meet up with them. They tell me kind of what's going on. I look at their skin, and then I find out if they have any types of allergies, because every oil you still can't use just because it's natural. Some people are
Right.
allergic. And so I do
Mhm.
an in-depth analysis with the client and go
Okay.
from there.
Because it's basically a rash, right?
It
Doc?
is. It's a rash, and it has to do a lot of times with, like I said, it could be diet, it could be other things that's causing
Mhm.
the eczema to flare up. It's not
Okay.
necessarily all the time. It could be something that they're using, some
Right.
types of products and things. So a lot of it starts with internally.
Okay, because the person that sent this question in said that the only thing they were told to do was to stop taking hot showers and hot baths.
Mhm.
Mhm.
No.
So it's more.
Yeah, there's more. I have a client that she had tried everything to include
Mhm.
medical side of it. And she told me, and I've watched her skin transform, and she said that my product was the only thing that really helped her skin. And her skin now, I mean, I've known this lady for years, and
Mhm.
watched her skin go through like such a transformation. And I'm just so
Wow.
excited and thankful that
Mhm.
God anointed these hands to be able to help people out there that are dealing with skincare issues.
Yes.
Then the other question that came in was about do you have do you have anything for like infections like yeast infections or athlete foot or anything like that?
Oh.
I do. I have different kinds of soaps, creams,
Mhm.
sprays. So I
Okay.
do. I
Oh
do have
my.
like herbs that I put together for that they can soak in. I do have special creams that I construct that they can put on their feet for that as well.
Okay.
Nice. Wow. Thank you so much. And you
You're
guys, thank
welcome.
you for your questions. Wow.
That's awesome. So, Dr. Barber, let me ask you this. Black Friday is coming up. So, do you have like a Black Friday sale on Mama's Brown Sugar? How does that work?
I do. I have now that I have products and services. The other thing that I do is body sculpting, so that's huge. So I do body sculpting. I have clients, and I will be traveling for
Back
that.
up. What
Wait.
is sculpt my body? Sculpting.
What?
What is
Yes.
that? Mhm.
So body sculpting is like another non-invasive way. It's kind of like liposuction in a sense. Like if you want to get rid of like stomach fat, a lot of people want to control what they have. Like they want to sculpt their face. So I just basically sculpt the body, just what it says. I use tools like wood tools, and then I also have a machine that I come in that helps to kind of melt the fat and shape. And
Oh,
so it
wow.
really does work. I have a client now. The results are amazing. So,
Yeah, we need you to come to Daytona.
so I'm planning to travel. I'm planning on putting my stuff in there and traveling.
We need you
Oh,
at the beauty
wow.
bazaar. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, Dr. Barber, you are just a full service esthetician.
Yes, that was the goal. I was like, I have to, put it all together so that, I can help everybody from head to toe. So,
Wow, that is amazing, Dr. Barber. We are so pleased to have had you as a guest, aren't we, Angie B?
Yes.
I
Thank
am
you.
so
Thank you.
thankful for
Thank
you
you.
ladies. You ladies are amazing.
We're going to definitely be in touch. We need to come to Alabama. We need you to come to
Yes.
Daytona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
I
so
will
much.
be hopefully coming to Daytona when you all have the, what is it? Is that in October?
Bold, beautiful, and bald beauty bazaar
Yes, I
weekend.
believe I wrote it. It's October, isn't it?
No,
September.
it's September.
Yep. Yep.
September 15th through the 18th.
Okay.
September.
Where am I getting October from? I know I wrote the dates down. Okay.
It's
I'm so
okay. I'll
thinking.
send you the link when we're out of the studio because we're in a
Girl,
Yeah,
we're looking
thank
forward to
you.
it.
That's going to be
well,
exciting.
I tell you what, I want to start watching your show. It's called, tell us again, it's Rethink.
So the TV network is Rethink TV, and you can also find that on demand. But my show is called Reignite with Dr. Barb.
Oh, Reignite with Dr. Bob.
That's cool. Thank you
Isn't
for
that great?
that, Bart. This has been great.
Oh, it really
It has
has,
been.
Dr. Barb. Thank you so much for joining us. Did you have anything else that you would like to say?
I would just like to say, I really am thankful for you ladies. These two ladies are my co-authors as well.
Yes, we
For the book
are.
with me. So I'm so blessed to have our paths cross, and I just look forward to, many more projects with you all. I had
Yes.
no idea that you all did as much as you do as well. So I'm looking forward to our paths, working together more.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Thanks, Dr. Bart. We'll be in touch because we got to have you on the show again.
Yes, because
And
you have so much
likewise.
to offer. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make a plug for Dr. Vanessa Blackwell's next anthology. It's
Yes.
called Joy 365. So
Mhm.
you might want to get in touch with either one of us or Dr. Vanessa Blackwell.
Mhm.
Yes, please do.
All right, Dr. Barb. It was good talking to you. We'll be in touch.
Ladies as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
We're going to go work out.
Yeah, we got to start joining the 5 a.m. club.
Yeah, we do, Angie B.
And I've been sleeping until 6:30, but past couple days, Lord been waking me up at 5. And when Dr. Barb said that, it's like, okay, it must be something in the spiritual atmosphere. I'm gonna start, making myself get up. Mhm.
I absolutely agree. And I've had in my calendar for about a year now to spend time with Jesus at 5 a.m. and I swipe it away every day. But Lord,
Yeah.
help me, Lord.
Yeah. Well, you do your beach walks, and that I know that's a very intimate time, but I think I'm doing some research. There's got to be something in the spiritual atmosphere about 4 and 5 a.m. because she's right. Our ancestors, our seniors, they was up with the Lord during that time.
That's right. They most certainly were.
I don't want to miss out. Listen, I want you guys to also know that Loretha and I are accepting applications for the next Books and Besties virtual fair. Information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We're doing it on September 11th live. That is our 4-hour marathon.
4 hours.
No potty breaks, no lunch.
Nope. Just straight talk.
We interview authors and ministry leaders and entrepreneurs,
Yes, we
our
do.
besties, and we let you know about them. So send information to the email address scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and we're getting ready for it. Loretha, this was absolutely wonderful.
It was, wasn't it? It was so refreshing talking to Dr. Barbara Neely.
It was. And for next week, I need you to give me the website where people can register for the October the October conference in Tampa. Yeah, girl, we need to know how to register so we.
I just love it.
I love it.
I just love that commercial. Thank you, Dr. V.
I know. It's been wonderful.
Dr. V Ministries. She is just outstanding. Thank you so much.
You really, you can tell by the people that you're around that God is doing something special.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, He is. And I am so grateful for that. Thank you, Lord. It took me a minute, but I finally got it.
We want to thank everybody for watching. We appreciate y'all. We know we went over just a little bit, but it was
a little.
So worth it. All right, Loretha, see you next week.
See you next week on So What's the Problem?
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.